Are you crying over spilled milk or COVID-19? Don't cry over spilled milk. This is our idiom today for Supersize Your Business. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, documenting my journey as I transition from the brick and mortar corporate world of business to the online world of business. Every day hopping on, and I have vision challenges, so instead of writing or blogging or physically writing in a journal, I hop on so I can keep track of what I'm doing as I go through this journey. What's working, what's not working, the false starts I have, the projects that I do that are epic failures versus the ones that I do that are successful. Hopefully to help you to not make all the mistakes that I've made in my life, in my 47 years of running different businesses, and in my online world and in my business world, especially as I'm going from the offline world to the online world. Here I am on day 850 thinking that, going online is going to be so much easier because I did all these things offline. I've had all these experiences in the offline world. So I can just take those and I can hop online and I will be an overnight success. Newsflash, no one is an overnight success. People that come online and are super duper successful very, very fast are really successful very fast because of the other lessons that they've learned previously in their lives. And that ties into our idiom for today, cry over spilled milk. If we commiserate and cry and focus on what's wrong and the problems and how we're a victim and ain't it awful and oh my God, COVID-19 has ruined my life, we will be crying over spilled milk. We have two options, and there's various degrees in between, but two main ways of responding to anything that happens in our life, good things and bad things, because guess what? Things just happen, right? Events just happen and they occur. And although they feel personal because we're the one experiencing them, they really aren't personal. If you're like me and you've gotten fired from a job, it's pretty hard to say that that's not personal, because a lot of times it is. A lot of times it's personalities are not fit or mismatching or whatever, and it feels really, really personal. But all it is, and we can interpret it any way we want, is that situation telling us that's not the right place for us, that's not the right fit for us. And as painful as that can be, trust me, the first time I got fired, it was very painful. It hurt my ego more than anything else. But once I reframed it and realized it's just that this wasn't a good fit, and guess what? I wasn't happy there, and I wasn't performing at my best of my ability because I wasn't happy there. It was not a good fit for the business or for me. And again, that can be painful to find out that it's not the right fit for you, especially when it falls in other areas of our life. It's really painful when you find out that your relationship that you've dedicated 25 years to isn't a good fit for you. Now, were there clues along the way? Of course, but a lot of times we only see what we want to see. We look at things, I do anyway, through rose-colored glasses. My family accuses me of that very, very often, of just looking at the bright side and the positive and the optimistic side of things, when that's not realistic. But guess what? We all define our own reality. Reality is defined by you, reality is defined by me, and it's different for each and every one of us because of the filter of our own experiences, the things that we've experienced in the past, the things that we'll continue to experience right now, as well as in the future. So crying over spilled milk reminds us that there's nothing we can do to get that milk back in the bottle. Once it spills, and I'm not spilling it on purpose because I haven't enjoyed milk since I was a baby. I'm not a milk drinker. People are milk drinkers, people aren't. Does it matter? No, I just personally don't care for milk. It doesn't agree with my system that much. And again, each of us are different, and how we respond to things will always be different. But the one thing we all have in common is that we all have the ability to choose and decide and control how we're going to respond to everything. Now, it doesn't always feel like it, right? Sometimes we get triggered or tied up in the heat of emotion and we just respond, and then we have to live with the consequences of what that initial response was. I think we've all had experiences where we've reacted in a way that we regret later on, and we don't have to regret it forever. We just learn from that and then move on. So, cry over spilled milk, feeling bad about what's going on in the world and the environment right now. Is that going to contribute negatively to the situation or positively to the situation? I try to ask myself that question when I am flying off the handle, or when I'm responding, or when I get upset about something or triggered by something. I try to stop myself as soon as I realize that I've gotten triggered, because guess what? There's certain people that will trigger an emotional response in us that it takes us longer to realize. My ex-husband used to be able to just push my buttons right and left, and over time, since we've been apart, it's a lot harder for him to push my buttons now, because I've had time to realize how ridiculous it is to let somebody that doesn't have your best interests at heart push your buttons and control you and get you upset, just for the sake of getting you upset. So we get to choose to decide how we're going to respond to things. And the more practice we make, the more times we take control over situations, and take control mostly over ourselves and how we're responding to outside stimuli and situations, the better we get at it, the more practice we are. And guess what? The better we feel about ourselves, because we know that we're choosing how we're reacting and respond to things. We're not just letting the world slap us around like so many other people. So today was day 141 of our fun challenge, doing one fun thing every day this year, from a little book called Do One Fun Thing Every Day, just to make a bigger emphasis on fun this year. I think it turned out to be a good choice for the year, since it's been such a weird, strange, crazy, upheaval, chaotic year for the vast majority of us. Get Up and Go Challenge is in day 3 today. We're on the big O, and we're talking about the O of SOAP. SOAP is our acronym for how do we deal with challenges? How do we deal with these experiences and these things that come and hit us up alongside the head that we want to respond to in a proactive way, but maybe we haven't had enough practice doing that. So what's the process that we can use to make sure that we're always in control of how we're reacting and responding to the things, the crisis, the challenges, the problems, the things that come up in our life that we want to respond to in a way that moves us toward our goals, toward us what we want, making progress in our life, versus keeping us stuck or standing still, or sometimes moving backwards. Because sometimes we move backwards in our lives. I know, crazy, right? We only when we're little kids do we try to ride our bikes backwards, but when we realize we can go a lot faster forwards, we tend to want to make progress and move ahead, not move backwards. So Get Up and Go Challenge, day 3 today on the Get Up and Go Challenge page. What else is going on? I'm in a coaching and accountability group that's proving to be very good for me. It's helping me to focus and rebrand. I'm rebranding and killing Pajama Grandma in a very kind way. Mostly I'm just letting her slip away. I haven't really killed her since we've got a pandemic going on. It seemed a little bit harsh to do what I was going to originally do, to transition out of that brand and get back to just being me. Pajama Grandma is me. It's a part of me, but it's only a part of me, and it's not necessarily the part of me that I wanted to move forward with as I'm doing things online. So that's it. That's what I've got today. I'm waiting for my amazing little granddaughter to get here so we can hang out and have some fun and play today, and hopefully not spill any milk. Sometimes we spill milk. Lots of times we make messes. We like to get creative and get our hands dirty and make a lot of messes. So maybe we'll do something to make messes, but we won't spill milk today, and then we'll just clean it up and do something else. We'll find another way to make a mess. If I can help you in any way, shape, or form as you transition from the offline brick and mortar world to the online world, or as you're adding an online component to your business, because I've been saying for a long time, every single business should have some kind of an online component, because that's what saved many a business and is saving many a business during this transitional period, and will continue to, because when we diversify and spread out the things and the way we can serve people, it just allows us more opportunities to continue to grow and generate income and positively impact the world going forward. If I can help you to do that in any way, just ask in the comments below. Otherwise, I will be with you tomorrow. Have an awesome day. Bye.